Actually, I really can't wait.
Oh, you won't regret it, sir.
Want to bet?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most fascinating stories behind this beloved British holiday classic.
Her dreams were about an office colleague played by Brazilian actor Rodrigo Santoro. In real life, the actor's hearts were bruised too.
If you don't have a Prime or Prime Video subscription, now's the time to click the link below for a free 30-day trial for qualifying customers. Prime Video offers a great selection of content for the whole family to enjoy, including Amazon Originals, popular movies, hit TV shows, live sports, all available with your Prime Video membership. Epic entertainment. Click the link to stream now.
Best Christmas ever.
Number 10. Keira Knightley's Hat.
And off you bye.
No.
As a newlywed who realizes her husband's best friend is in love with her, Keira Knightley plays the big reveal scene in a more dressed-down look. Most notably, she arrives at Mark's place wearing a cap in a style that was popular at the time.
Peter and Juliet's wedding. Do you think we might be on the right track?
Oh, yeah, well, wow. That could be it.
It turns out this was a deliberate styling choice. Apparently, on the day they were filming the scene, Knightley had a big zit smack dab in the middle of her forehead.
Do you know why the hat was there?
Tell me.
I had a massive spot in the middle of my forehead. This is the problem with being 17.
As the actress says, the spot was so big that no cosmetic fix was going to sufficiently hide it.
Because there was no lighting, there was no makeup that was going to cover it. You're going to watch that film in a totally new way now.
Number 9. The movie was a family affair.
So what's this big news then?
We've been given our parts in the nativity play. And I'm the lobster.
The lobster?
Yeah,
In the nativity play?
yeah, first lobster.
There was more than one lobster present at the birth of Jesus.
Duh.
Writer-director Richard Curtis has a habit of engaging his family both on camera and behind the scenes. His partner, broadcaster and writer Emma Freud, is credited on the screenplay as a script editor. Their children also appear in the film as part of the unconventional nativity play. Their daughter plays one of the lobsters present at the birth of Jesus, and their son can be seen in Spider-Man makeup.
Never let it fade away.
Curtis's mother-in-law, Jill Freud, even got in on the action, appearing as the Prime Minister's housekeeper.
This is Pat.
Hello, Pat.
Good morning, sir. I'm the housekeeper.
All right. Well, it should be a lot easier with me than with the last lot.
In the same vein, Curtis named Colin Firth's character Jamie because it's his brother's name. It's heartwarming until you learn that he only did it because he thought it would be funny to have the kids go around saying, "We hate Uncle Jamie."
I hate Uncle Jamie. I hate Uncle Jamie. I hate Uncle Jamie.
Number 8. Hugh Grant and Colin Firth's storylines were supposed to be their own movie.
Oh, God. You have this kind of problem?
Before Richard Curtis settled on making a massive ensemble piece, he was working on 2 different love stories. One involved a prime minister who falls in love with a woman on his staff. The other was a separate screenplay about a writer developing feelings for his housekeeper.
Que tipo de livro é? Romance?
Yes, it's,
Feeling stuck on both ideas, he tried a different approach. Inspired by Pulp Fiction, of all movies, as well as the work of Robert Altman, Curtis began working on what would eventually become Love Actually. He carved the best elements of both ideas and threw them into a larger story about the nature of love.
No, Love Actually was trying to, so 2 bits of Love Actually were meant to be whole films, and then I thought I don't want to go on making these romantic films if I now understand the form, because there's not much interest in that. So what I did is I just thought of a lot of stories I was interested in and said, let's just have the best scenes.
Number 7. There were originally even more storylines.
Excellent episode of Starsky and Hutch this afternoon. Those 2 really are the most appalling drivers.
Love Actually manages to tell 10 different but overlapping stories in just over 2 hours. It turns out Richard Curtis's original script was even bigger. There were initially a total of 14 narratives. 2 were dropped before they started shooting, but 2 were actually filmed and left on the cutting room floor. One storyline involved a same-sex relationship where the headmistress of a school could be seen caring for her terminally ill partner. Another was intended to depict a Kenyan couple sticking together through hardship.
Hakuna lolote lingine waweza kufanya leo.
Nasikitika sijatimiza wajibu wangu.
Wacha ujinga. Bora nione furaha kwenye uso wako mbaya. Kila kitu kiko sawa nawe.
Editing the stories together was its own challenge, as the filmmakers had to completely rearrange for it to make any sense.
It's gonna be a very good Christmas.
Number 6. The jeweler was originally an angel.
Looking for anything in particular, sir?
Yes, that necklace there, how much is it?
It's £270.
Rowan Atkinson's short but hysterical appearance as Rufus, a jewelry salesman who takes rapping very seriously, provides a bit of suspense at a pivotal moment. Wrapping the necklace Alan Rickman's character Harry is secretly buying for his secretary, Rufus's meticulousness threatens to reveal this clandestine purchase to his wife Karen.
Could we be quite quick, please?
Prontissimo.
In true It's a Wonderful Life style, Rufus was originally conceived as an angel. According to Richard Curtis's wife, the omniscient character was overwrapping the necklace to scare Harry out of being unfaithful.
Rowan was just taking his time, so he would do 11-minute takes. He'd say, Rich, do you think we should take this out before? And when I take the lavender, do you think I should push it? I don't know. Oh.
Atkinson took great joy in milking the scene, doing 11-minute takes at a time. We wouldn't be surprised if Rickman didn't have to do a whole lot of acting by the end of it.
Can I just pay?
All we need now...
Oh, God.
Is a sprig of holly.
No bloody holly.
But sir,
leave it, just leave it.
Number 5. Laura Linney and Rodrigo Santoros' special bond.
Just one dance. Before we run out of chances.
Me?
Unless you just...
No. Good.
One of the more depressing storylines in the film involves a graphic designer named Sarah who was in love with a colleague, Carl. Actors Laura Linney and Rodrigo Santoro communicate a lot of their characters' feelings silently. Their scenes together are full of longing. Chemistry Linney credits to very real heartbreak, as the two were both broken up with by their respective partners during the making of the film.
Rodrigo and I were both brokenhearted when we made this movie. I got in the car, it was early in the morning. He slumped in the car and he looked at me like, Laura, she broke up with me. And I was like, guess what? Me too.
There's an extra level of realism because they leaned into their shared experience. It makes their characters struggle to connect while life gets in the way even more touching.
Life is full of interruptions and complications. So.
Number 4. Emma Thompson brought real-life pain to her big scene.
And if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away.
In an unforgettable and gut-wrenching scene, Emma Thompson's character Karen realizes the necklace her husband bought is not for her, but for another woman. Thompson recalled her high-profile marriage to British actor and director Kenneth Branagh, whose infidelity was widely publicized at the time. Karen's sadness resonated with the actress, as she could recall the feeling of realization that her husband had been unfaithful.
I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take.
While it isn't a one-to-one representation of that moment for her, Thompson was able to dig into the emotional reality as a result of having lived through a similar scenario.
I've looked at life that way. Oh, but now, old friends, they're acting strange.
Number 3. Andrew Lincoln wrote the cards himself.
Oh, hi.
Who is it?
In what might be Love Actually's most famous and most controversial scene, Andrew Lincoln's Mark appears at Juliet's doorstep with a message. The scene, inspired by a Bob Dylan music video from the 1960s, has since become iconic. Instead of song lyrics, though, Mark has written out his declaration of love for his best friend's new wife on a series of cards. Even at the time, Lincoln wondered if it didn't make his character look like a, quote, creepy stalker. Still, it didn't stop the actor from writing the cards himself, instead of leaving it to the production's art department, which does make for a nice little personal touch. Whether you think it's dreamy, corny, or creepy, it remains the movie's most enduring scene.
So, who's up first? Who's up first? Oh!
Oh, hello.
Oh. You're not going to speak. Oh. Is this like one of those things? Okay, okay, off you go, off you go.
Oh.
Number 2. Hugh Grant hated the dance scene.
Oh, he was grumpy. He was grumpy, but he knew it was a contractual obligation, a bit of contractual obligation acting.
After the Prime Minister finally stands up to the arrogant American president, he's really feeling his oats. He dances around to the song Jump for My Love in a majorly crowd-pleasing scene. Actor Hugh Grant, however, was far from pleased. Grant is most famously kind of grumpy. Even friend and co-star Emma Thompson has said as much.
He was so grumpy all the time.
Calling the scene a contractual obligation, Grant dreaded it so much that he didn't even rehearse the improvised dance.
The later bit, right at the end, when I'm sort of doing this, when my lips are out of sync with the song.
Not only is he responsible for that stroke of genius, he also came up with the button at the end of the scene, when his character is caught dancing by a staff member.
But I will give myself this credit. It was my idea to have that, a secretary lady, catch me. Genius.
Nice. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Child performer Olivia Olson was offered record deals after her performance in the movie. Thomas Brodie Sangster and Keira Knightley were only 5 years apart in age during production.
They're all of me.
Yeah.
The word actually is used 23 times.
If you look for it, I've got a sneaky feeling you'll find that love actually is all around.
The lake Colin, Firth, and Lucia Muniz jump into was only 18 inches deep.
Oh God, she's in. Right, and now she'll think I'm a total spaz if I don't go in too.
Yeah.
The water had dried out. Look at the crew member easily standing up while the actress pretends to swim.
Number 1. The airport footage is real.
Whenever I get gloomy with the state of the world, I think about the arrivals gate at Heathrow Airport. General opinion's starting to make out that we live in a world of hatred and greed. But I don't see that. Seems to me that love is everywhere.
Love Actually opens with the Prime Minister's voiceover about love, played over footage of families reuniting at London's Heathrow Airport. Richard Curtis did not stage these reunions. He dispatched a crew to hide hidden cameras, hoping to capture the very real meetings of travelers meeting their loved ones. The crew would then seek permission from the subjects to be included in the film. This documentary footage bookends the movie. It doesn't just give the movie a fitting opening and closing. These scenes actively highlight the movie's theme of love existing everywhere, not just on a movie screen. Will you be rewatching Love Actually this holiday season? Let us know in the comments.
Oh